ओम सर्व वेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरम तम गोचरम गोविंदम परमानंदम सद्गुरुम प्रणतोस्म्यहम्. We have been studying here Sri Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani. On the last occasion, we read up to Shloka 164. But to read 165, and the context is that Shankar is showing the discrimination, how to discriminate between the non-self and the self. Non-self is unreal also. And in the beginning, he has described discrimination from gross body, subtle body, and the causal body. And then, after certain more points about Bandhan and Mukti, he has taken up discrimination again in a different way. And that way is the discrimination with the five sheaths and our real nature. An ordinary man feels that he is the body. The body is called Annamaya Atma, myself made of food. That is a man feels. But when the consciousness evolves, he understands that I am not this body. I live in the body and I work in the body. I am not the body. Then the body has to be called a sheath. Body was called Atman, myself. But when the evolution takes place and he understands, I am not the body, I live in the body and use it, then it has to be called a sheath. And details about that body, how to find out that it is not self, has been completed in Shloka 164. Now we come to the next. And the next is what is called the Pranamaya Kosha that he is describing now. कर्मेन्द्रिये पंचभिरंचितोऽयं प्राणो भवेत् प्राणमयस्तु कोशः येनात्मवान् अन्नमयोऽनुपूर्णः प्रवर्तते सौ सकलक्रियासु. There are five organs of action. Speech is an organ of action. Hands, feet, and the two lower organs, they are organs of action. Anchito, I am. Made up of or colored by, I am means this Pranamaya Kosha. The Pranamaya Atma is made of the five organs of action and Prana. We discussed yesterday. Prana is not the breath. Prana is the function of the vital energy. And it functions in five different ways. To exhale is the primary function of Prana. Unless we remove the carbon dioxide collected in the body, we cannot live. So that is the function of the prana. And when we exhale it, then we have to inhale oxygen, without which you cannot live. These are the two functions of the vital force. How we digest the food? What is the meaning of digestion? We eat food and drink, and it has to be converted into all the parts of the body. Skin even is divided into two, the outer skin and the inner skin. And bones and marrow and flesh and fat and then the grossmost part is rejected. All this is the work done by vital force. Otherwise, somebody else is not sitting in our body. We ourselves are doing that. And then there is another force working in the body, vital force, tremendous. Every second or whatever that it may be, it is pumping the whole blood to the end of the tips from the heart and withdrawing it again to the heart. And otherwise, we would not live. So this is the fourth function of prana. And the last function is not seen. It is seen only when we transmigrate to another body. In everyday life, we can see it a little in the form of hiccup. But if the hiccup comes, and the subtle body is carried away to another body, gross body. That is the function of a vital force. Last. So these five vital forces, from this only the name vitamin to help or add or activate these vital forces, that is called vitamin. So five organs of action, five forms of vital force. This is called the total. This is called the vital sheath. Why it is vital sheath? We have seen that. Some people had some doubts in the mind that this sheath is not in the Upanishad, it is Shankar's term. Yesterday we have seen that. We do not require Shankar or anybody. We feel something as self. And when the moment we feel we are not that self, we are inside that, then what else is that? It is a sheath. So this pranamaya kosha. Yen atmavan annamayo anupurna. That annamaya atma, that body, is filled with this. Not only filled with this, yen atmava, that means the body sustains itself. The body becomes real. Body has a self due to this. Body has a self, body has a reality. Only due to this pranamaya kosha. So this pranamaya atma, body becomes a kosha there. Anupurna, and it is filled up with that. But inside the body, the reality is pranamaya kosha, and body is filled up with this pranamaya kosha. Pravartate asau sakala kriyasu. Body acts in different ways, all the forms of action. All the forms of action happen in the body, but it is due to this karmendriyas and vital forces that the body acts in all sorts of action. This is the description of the pranamaya cell, which we'll later on call pranamaya kosha. Why? Naivat mapi pranamayo vayu vikaro ganta aganta vayuvad antar bahiresha yasmat kinchit papina vetti ishtamanishtam tvam va anyam va kinchana nityam paratantra. Now the discrimination. How it is not this cell. Naiva atma api. Atman or my reality is not this also. Pranamayo. Vayu vikaro. It is a form of Vayu. Vayu again is not only air, but vital force. So it is only a modification of the vital force. Ganta aganta. That means it goes, it stays. So it is a changing something. Vayu, just like air moving and going, this also comes and goes. Antar Bahiresha, sometimes inside, sometimes outside. All this is the motion of this vital force. Yasmat kinchit pap, because Yasmat means because it does not know anything. We know everything. These organs of action or pranamaya cannot know anything. It is not conscious. Kinchit papi yavetti. Nothing in no place or in no circumstances can it know anything. Ishtam anishtam. Also, it does not know what is good for me and what is bad for me. Neither the karmendriyas know, neither the vital force knows. Soma Anyam, it does not know itself also. This I am consciousness does not belong to that. I am consciousness is a very different thing. And it does not know others also. There is no consciousness in it. Nityam paratantra. So always it is a dependent something. So it is not myself. What was described in great detail, this pranamaya has been known. There itself all had come, but now pranamaya is described in this two shlokas. That the pranamaya consisting of vital forces and karmendriyas cannot be myself because it does not know anything. Jnanendriyani cha manascha manomaya syat कोशो ममाहमिति वस्तु विकल्प हेतु संज्ञादि भेद कलना कलितो बलीयान तत्पूर्व कोशम विपूर्य विजृंभते यः. Now we go still inside. Once you understand this is not myself, then it is felt as a kosha and we turn inside. Inside we have a manomaya. Main is mind there, but mind with something else. Mind with the five organs of perception. We see, touch, feel, smell, taste. All these are organs of perception and mind. Without mind, the organs cannot function at all. But mind cannot function in itself. Mind requires organs. Organs requires mind. So, Jnanendriyani and mind, this is called Manomaya. Manomaya, what he has not said, because now Manomaya Atma, later on Manomaya Kosha. Kosha he has given. Mamaham iti vastu vikalpa hetu. Sometimes it is my. Sometimes that itself becomes I. That is a funny thing. Our I is a shifting thing. There is no fixity. Sometimes I am the body, sometimes I am the vital forces, sometimes I am the mind, and sometimes you say my mind. So it is clear that mind is not myself. Just like my book, my table, my mind. But sometimes I mind. Vastu vikalpa hetu. These alternates come. Either I or my. Sangyadi bheda kalana kalito. Names. Sangyadi means names. It has stores of names. We understand the world only by names. Any idea comes, it comes with names. And names are different. Tatpurva kosham abhipurya vijrumpate. It expresses itself by filling the previous description. Panchendriyai panchabhire vahutrubi prachiyamano vishayajya dharaya jadvalyamano bhuvvasanendhanai manomaya prapancham. Manomaya kosh vahati prapancham is the carrier of this world, manifold world. Now he is comparing. In a Havana, there are 5 priests. So the 5 organs are like 5 priests. And Vishayas, the objects, are like the uh, dhara of ghee we put in it. We put ghee in fire, that dhara, that flow, is provided by the senses. And it burns. After we put that dhara, the fire burns and it becomes very bright. Due to indhanas, 2 things are put in fire, ghee and wood. So ghee is the outside object and our desires is the fire. So due to this, it shines gloriously. This Manomaya Agni, this fire, Manomaya, is the carrier of the whole world. Our world consists of our desires and objects and the mind and the 5 senses. That is the whole world. Nai asti avidya manasotirikta mano hi avidya bhavabandha hetu. Tasmin vinashte sakalam vinashtam vijrumbate. Means sakalam vijrumbate. Now, the root cause of all this is avidya. Avidya is not absence of knowledge. Avidya is false knowledge. That I am this, I am this, I am this. That is the false knowledge. Now, where is avidya, we ask? So he says, without the mind, we cannot understand avidya. The avidya, what it does is that mind becomes real. And then the desires become real. And the objects become real. So all this is our wrong knowledge cannot be obtained by us without the mind. So mind is the source of the avidya to play. Nai asti avidya manaso atirikta. There is no avidya separate from the mind. Mano hi avidya. Mind itself is creation of the wrong knowledge. Bhava bandha hetu. And that is the reason for the bondage of the world. We are bound by the world because of the mind. And that is the very ignorance or wrong knowledge. Tasmin vinashte. If the mind is destroyed or avidya is destroyed, everything is gone. Without mind, we cannot perceive anything, everything is gone. Vijurumbite, when the mind is expressed, everything becomes expressed. So it is the mind which is the first function of avidya, and if it does not function, then gone, like deep sleep. In the deep sleep, mind is not functioning, we do not see the world. And when it comes back, always we all see the world again. स्वप्नेऽर्थ शून्ये सृजति सशक्तया भोक्त्रादि विश्वं मन एव सर्वं तथैव जागृत्यपि नो विशेषः तत्सर्वमेतन् मनसो विजृम्भणम्. So in deep sleep, the function of the mind is not there, the world is not there. Now we think of the dream. In dream, what is happening? Take an example. I dream I am eating a mango. Now I understand that that mango was a creation of my mind. And that I which was eating the mango also was the creation of my mind. Because I was sleeping on the cot. I was not eating the mango. So this mind in dream, we can see it functions as a bipolarized light. Swapne artha shunya. Artha shunya means it has no real content. The dream things have no real content. Srijati swashaktaya. Mind itself creates the dream by its own power. Voktradi Vishwa, subject and the world, enjoyer and the world, experiencer and the world, both it creates. Manayeva sarvam. Mind itself is bhokta, mind itself is the world. Now, we have to apply this to our Jagrati. Same thing is happening in Jagrati. That the light belongs only to Paramatma. But when it falls on the mind, it has told the Maya is mind. When it falls on the mind, it becomes bipolarized. And a subject is created and objects are created. We cannot understand it originally. But through dream example, we can reflect and understand this. That in dream, whatever was appearing was real. When we come out of the dream, then only we understand it is false. And we understand that both subject and object were creations of the dream mind. Same thing happened in the waking state. Because the experiences are similar. Subject experiencing objects, that is our waking state. So this also is the creation of the mind. Tathaiva Jagratyapi, no Vishesha, there is nothing special. He is not saying that waking is equal to dream, but waking is another form of the dream. There is no speciality in the waking state. Just like dream, a subject-object perception is there, and we know both are wrong when we wake up. When we will wake up in our real nature, we will understand both the waking states are. So no Vishesha, That sarvam etat manaso vijrumbhanam. So all this is nothing but the creation or expression of the mind. Myself and the whole world is nothing but the expression or creation of the mind. So the mental kosha is being, pranamaya kosha is described in short. The mental kosha is little important because that is where I feeling comes. Now he is giving the example of Sushupti. There he had mentioned only when it is disturbed, everything is disturbed. Now he is showing that. Sushupti kale manasi praline naivasti kinchit ato mana kalpita eva punsa sansara etasya na vastatosti. In deep sleep, when the mind is clean, merged, nothing is there. All that which were seen, Prasiddhi, all that which was seen in the waking and dream state, nothing is. So we understand that it is a kalpana of the mind. Because when the mind is not functioning, nothing is there. When the mind functions, we have the dream and the waking state. So for a man, this whole sansar is not real. The whole sansar in dream as well as in waking state is a creation of the mind. So for myself, it does not exist at all if I can really understand. वायुना नीयते मेघा पुनस्तेनैव नीयते मनसा कल्प्यते बंधो मोक्षस्तेनैव कल्प्यते वायुना आनीयते मेघ. The wind brings the cloud and the wind drives away the cloud. The Akasha is left as it is. The sun is left as it is. Sometimes the Vayu comes and brings clouds and sun is covered. But then Vayu comes and it takes away and the sun is clear. So we are bound. Itself is an idea in the mind. And when we become free, that also mind is still we are free now. So the bondage or the mukti also is in the mind. Whole thing is a mental creation. Now, functions of the mind, how it creates bondage, how it creates freedom. देहादि सर्व विषये परिकल्प्यरागम बध्नाति तेन पुरुषं पशुवत् गुणेन वै वैरस्य मत्र विषवत् सुविधाय पंचात् एनं विमोचयति तन्मन एव बन्धात्. Dehadi sarva vishaya, starting from body and all the objects. It imagines the attachment. Attachment also is a function of the mind. Body is created by the mind. The objects are created by the mind. And the mind then creates an idea. I am attached to this. I want this, I do not want this. This is also a function of the mind. Badnati tena purusha. We, the real, are bound like this. Mind creates the world, mind creates I consciousness, mind creates attachment. This is how the bandhan takes place. Pashuvat gunena, example, animal, we tie by a rope. You make the thread rope. So, as an animal is tied by the rope, vairasya matra vishayat suvidhaya paschat. Afterwards, the vairagya comes. I do not want this attachment. That is another creation of the mind. Vair means hatred towards this Vishaya. Suvidhaya, nicely making hatred. Paschat, afterwards. In the Vimocheti, Matan Manaiva Bandha. So the mind creates mukti by getting disgusted with the world and coming out. That also is the creation of the mind. तस्मात् मना कारणमस्य जंतोर बंधस्य मोक्षस्य च विधाने बंधस्य हेतुर्मलिनं रजोगुणे मोक्षस्य शुद्धं विरजस्तमस्तम. So how this difference comes? That is, therefore, mind is the cause of jantu, means a living being, bondage and freedom both. Vidhani. Vidhani means making for bondage, making for moksha is mind. Now, what is bandha hetu? Malinam rajoguni. The mind is filled with impurity called rajogun. What is rajogun? I explained in detail someday. What is sattva? Existence. Now there are two types of sattva. Pure existence is Brahman. I separately exist is Malina sattva. And as soon as I separately exist, it contains rajogun and tamogun. I mean some coloring. I am a man, woman, I like this, I don't like this. That is rajogun. And then when it increases too much, I get inertia. So that is the bandha hetu is this rajogun, the coloring of the mind, specification of the mind. Two friends go to the same shop. They don't purchase the same color of cloth. Even in appearance, though man is man, not a tiger or a cow, but no two people's face is similar. Nose different, eyes different. So that is called raju. The what we call the speciality of the personality. That is the raju. And that is the bandhan. I am such and such, I want such and such, is the bandhan. And how it becomes free? Viraja tamaskam. Rajagun automatically includes tamagun also, inertia. Now, when Rajagun and Tamagun are not there, how and not is mind described? Now the question is, mind is not the self. That is the topic. So, and how it creates bondage and freedom. So, mind, when it becomes free from Rajagun and Tamagun, that mind is pure sattva, existence pure, that it makes for the moksha. This for, you see, when we take up sannyas, we have to make a homa. And the name of that homa is Viraja. And we go on praying to God to make us free from Raja. Then only becomes sannyas. So, automatically Tama also goes. Viveka Vairagya Gunati Reka Shuddhatvam Asadya Mano Vimukti Bhavatyato Buddhimato Muksho Tabhyam Dridhabhyam Bhavitavyam Agre. So what is this pure sattva? What is the viraja that is being described? Some qualities come to him. Discrimination comes to him. Dispassion comes to him. Viveka Vairagya Guna Atireka, they increase. Too much of Vivek comes, too much of Vairagya comes, and they bring purity to the mind. And then mind makes for freedom. He becomes really Buddhiman, wise man. He becomes keen to get mukti. Labhyam, Dirdabhyam. So when these two things, Vivek and Vairagya, when they become very strong, then next is Mano Nama Mahavyagro Vishayaranya Bhumishu Charatyatra na gachantu sadhavo ye mukshava. Mind is a big tiger roaming in the forest of objects. Those who are sadhus, those who are mumukshus, should not go there. Charatyatra na gachantu. Charati, that mind as a tiger is grazing or eating in the big forest, the Vishya. Those who are sadhus or moksha icha, they should not go that. It is not only discrimination, but a function of discrimination in life. So all these things are going. Mana prasute vishayana sheshan sthulat mana sukshmataya cha bhoktu sharira varna sharma jati vedan guna kriya hetu falani nityam. Different functions of the mind. It is mind which creates all the objects. Gross objects for the vogue of the Atman, and then the subtle objects. Subtle objects means idea objects, for the sake of the enjoyer. Body, the different varnas. That means due to the combination of sattva, rajatama, some are Brahmins, some are Kshatriya, some are Vaishya, some are Shudra. These are not created in India alone. No? Universally they exist. In India it was recognized. So it is all the functions of the mind, the different combinations. Ashraman. Ashram means stages of life. Brahmachari, Grastha, Vanaprastha, and that is all different functions of the mind. Jati Vedan. Varnas are these four. Jati means the mind. Guna Kriya Hetu Falani Nityam. Then these give us qualities. Our work differs and our aims or objectives differ, and we get different fruits. Always, continuously, this is going on. The mind has created so many differences, accordingly our life goes on. Asanga chidrupam amum vimoya देहेन्द्रिय प्राण गुणैर निबध्य अहम ममेति भ्रमयत तजस्रम मन सकृतेषु फलोपभुक्तिषु. Amum, this means our reality. Our reality by nature is unattached. Consciousness can never get attached to anything. Chidrupam, yes. Our real self is consciousness. And consciousness cannot get attached to anything. But it is this mind which is creating this delusion for the body, for the organs, for the vital functions. The guna nivadya. Guna means triguna. Guna means threads. So the threads are created by the mind and we are bound. What are the main threads? I and my. Ajasram Brahmeti, continuously non-stop, it makes us revolve and revolve. The mind, Sakriteshu, is attached to its own actions and then the resultant phalas. So the mind creates its own actions, gets the resultant phalas, and in this way the world goes. अध्यास दोषात् पुरुषस्य संस्कृति अध्यास बंधस्तमुनेव कल्पितः रजस्तमो दोषवतो अविकिनो जन्मादि दुःखस्य निदानमेतत्. Important word is coming, adhyasa. Adhyasa means superimposition. Example is, when we do not see the rope and see the snake, Where is the snake? Superimposed on the rope, because you do not see the snake rope. Similarly, this whole world is superimposed on Atman, superimposed upon the Brahman, superimposed on our own reality. It is a superimposition. So, there's a dosha, that is the mistake of life. Purushasya Sanskriti. Because of क्लास चल रहा है, so due to this fault, ये बिगड़ गया ना अध्यास अध्यास दोषात पुरुषस्य संस्कृति. The man undergoes transmigration due to this superimposition. अध्यास बंध तमुनैव कल्पित, and अध्यास itself is the bondage imagined by the mind, created by the mind. Rajastamo doshavato avivekam. For whom? For a non-discriminative mind. For a non-discriminative mind, having the defects of Rajogun, Tamogun, this mind gets deluded in the Adhyasa. Janmadi Dukkhasya Nida, and that is the reason of Janma, disease, old age, death, and this series goes on revolting again and again and again. That is due to this aviveka, where this mind gets attached, and then the transmigration continues. Is dealing at length with the mind, no? Because that is the great thing. अतः प्राहुर मनोविद्या पंडिता तत्वदर्शिना येनैव ब्राह्म्यते विश्वम वायुनेव प्रपंडल. And that is why the Pandits or the wise people, they call that mind is Maya. Mind is avidya. It is called because of these things. That mind creates everything. Tattva Darshina Pandita. Pandit is not a scholar here. One who sees the reality. When you see the reality, he is telling us that this mind is avidya, false knowledge, and it is because of this that the whole world goes on rotating. Example is giving, there are clouds in the sky, and the wind makes it move and move and move. So this mind causes us to transmigrate again and again. That is what the wise persons who know the real nature, they are telling us. तन्मन शोधनम कार्यम प्रयत्नेन मुमुक्षुणा विशुद्धे सति नैचेतस्मिन् मुक्ति करफलायते. That mind has to be purified. That mind has to be purified. One who desires liberation has to make all effort to purify the mind. When it is purified, then mukti becomes very easy. How easy described? Karaphalayate. There is a fruit on the palm of your hand. Like that, mukti will become easy if you purify the mind. Mokshaika satya visheshu ragam nirmulya sanyasya cha sarva karma sachraddhaya ya shravanadi nishto rajas svabhavam sadhunoti buddhehe. So what the purified mind does? It becomes attached to moksha. And the attachment to objects, nirmulya, it uproots totally. Then sarva karma sannyas. Karma means subject dealing with the objects. So when this comes, then it totally stops doing any karma. Then it gets shraddha in reality. Steps he is telling. Then he becomes steadfast in Shravan Manan Nidhyasana. Listening to Vedanta, thinking about it, meditating on it, these are the steps. And through this, the buddhi, Rajasavabam, the quality of raja in it is totally washed away by this sadhana. It becomes attached to moksha as it was attached to objects. From the objects, it uproots the attachment. It stops all the karma. It gives up all the karma, subject-object activity. And the Shraddha grows, and it does Shravan Manan Dhyasan, and through that, the Raja Sava is totally washed. मनोमयो नापि भवेत् परात्मा याद्यन्तवन्त्वात् परिणामी भावात् दुःखात्मकत्वात् विषयत्व हेतो द्रष्टा हि दृश्यात्मतया न दृष्टः. Now the discrimination. Up till now, mind and its activities have been described. Now it says this manomaya cannot be the paratma. The transcendent self cannot be this mind. Now, adyantavatvat. That means it is created and destroyed. Parinami bhavat. It goes on changing. So it cannot be the self. Dukkhatmakatvat. It is the very nature of dukkha. So it cannot be. Different hetus of discrimination. Why it cannot be the self? Because it is born and dead, because it goes on changing, because it is dukkhatmaka, vishayatva hetu, it is an object. Mind itself is an object. We can see the mind if we grow. Drashta hi drishyatmataya na drashta. We are seer, we are consciousness. Consciousness can never become an object. Mind is an object. Now these are sadhanas. Huh? For ordinary man, mind is the subject. But then when all this is followed, mind will become an object. A person clearly sees his own mind, what is in his mind. So the drashta, the real man, can never become an object. So mind is not the self. That is the mental sheath. So two sheaths we have seen. The pranamaya in short and manomaya in great detail. What is next? Next is I consciousness. I consciousness is not our real. Most of the things described here are applicable there also. You see, small children are there. They have eye consciousness. Old man is there. Is any trace of the eye consciousness of the child is left in the old man? How much eye consciousness goes on changing? As soon as they pass out, graduate, our eye consciousness is different. This eye consciousness is taken up next. It is better to shift it to the next. The time is there. But we are dealt with two questions today, the pranama and manama in great detail. And we have indicated what is the next. That is called Vijnanamaya question, the sheath of eye consciousness. So that is not Atman, that will be described in great detail in the next class. And we are almost at the